Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Caleb. Today I am live on Twitch streaming some Marvel Snap, and Cerebro has shown up in my token shop. I've been waffling back and forth all evening if this is a card that I actually want to pick up. And I've decided, yeah, I'd like to. It's a really popular card. There's, a lot of other content creators, that are really trying to, see what kind of crazy stuff they can do with this card. And Cerebro definitely is a bit of a mixed bag, right? It's one of the most location-dependent cards in the game. Anything that throws off your numbers is really, really going to matter. So it's a bit of a tricky card to use, and I think that's why people are so interested in seeing content about it, right? And have just so many questions on really how to make Cerebro as good and consistent as possible, because it does have some consistency issues. So I'm going to pick it up. I've already got some decks built that I'd like to try it in, just like a regular Cerebro 2, and then actually a Cerebro 5 that actually involves Silver Surfer. So, because I'm hoping that strategy works. I really have no idea if it's going to, but we're going to give it a go and hope that it all works out for us. So let's go ahead and pick up Cerebro right here. If you guys don't know what Cerebro does, it's an ongoing ability. Highest power cards get +2 power. It's a Series 3 card, so it's only 1,000 tokens. So as far as tokens go, it's affordable, right? But also as far as tokens go, they are kind of really hard to come by, at least in my opinion. I think once you complete your Series 3 collection, which that's another reason why I want to buy this card too, is to, cut down on the number of cards that I still need to get in order to complete Series 3. But once you complete Series 3, I'm pretty sure you're going to be at a higher percentage to unlock tokens, especially in that, like 400? Well, they're changing it to like 200 to 600 now, so, but in that range, as opposed to just like the 100 at a time, which is then going to help us get more Series 4 and Series 5 cards. So, I am going to go ahead, pick up Cerebro, and then I'll show you guys the deck lists, and we'll get into some gameplay. Alright, so first things first with Cerebro, right? The baseline deck that I think everybody's using right now that they consider to be the best version of Cerebro is actually going to be Cerebro 2. So we're just going to be running a bunch of 2-power cards with Cerebro, Mystique, and Blue Marvel to power them up. Starting off, we've got our 1-cost cards. Those are going to be Iceman, Korg, and Nightcrawler, right? Nightcrawler gives us some reach. Korg, shuffle a rock into the opponent's deck, maybe slow him down a little bit. And then Iceman also provides some disruption, giving a random card in the opponent's hand +1 cost. So 1-cost cards you guys are all familiar with, all 2-power. Next up, we've got Goose, provide a little more disruption. Nobody can play cards at this location that cost 4, 5, or 6. That's just going to be, a really good way to control a lane, especially because we're playing so many cheap cards too. If that's a lane that we really want to control and be able to get our cards into, Goose is going to help us keep opponents from dropping down high-cost, high-power cards into that lane. Should be really good for us. Next up, in terms of 2 costs, we've got Mr. Sinister. On reveal, add a Sinister clone to this location with the same power. So that means that we're going to be able to drop 2 2-power cards to help boost, to help get a boost out of Cerebro. The deck list that I based this off of actually runs M'Baku instead of Mr. Sinister, but I don't have M'Baku, so we're going with Mr. Sinister instead. Next up, we've got Scorpion. On reveal, afflict cards in your opponent's hand with -1 power, right? It's a good way to get another 2-cost or a 2-power card onto the field, as well as kind of slow down our opponents by making the cards in their hand weaker. Moving on to our 3-cost cards, we've got Cerebro here, who the entire deck is built around, right? Your highest power cards get +2 power. The idea behind Cerebro is we want everything on the field to have the same power so that Cerebro buffs everything across the board, helping us achieve some really high power levels. After that, we've got Mystique, who has the on-reveal ability. If the last card you played has an ongoing ability, this card gains it. Our optimal targets are going to be Cerebro or Blue Marvel. That way, we're going to be able to get even more buffs onto the field using Mystique. Brood, on reveal, add 2 Broodlings to this location with the same power. Brood is going to allow us to get 3 cards into a location that we can buff with Cerebro, Mystique, and Blue Marvel. Definitely one of the cards that makes this deck run. If you don't have Brood, Cerebro is not going to be a super great option for you. Next up, Mr. Fantastic, right? Help us get power into the lane that he's in, plus 2 power into other lanes as well. Generally speaking, right? You want to play Mr. Fantastic in the middle lane. gets a buff from Cerebro, and, you know, really just kind of helps us get more power across the board. We've got Storm, flood this location. Next turn is the last turn cards can be played here, right? So Storm, she kind of acts a lot like a Goose. Really kind of puts a timer, right, on your opponent. What can they get into that lane, right? And if we can, like, Storm and Brood, if we can Storm and Mr. Sinister, right, and then drop a Cerebro, that's going to be another, you know, just powerful lane that we're going to be able to hopefully keep our opponent out of thanks to Storm, and then win with the boost from Cerebro. Last card in the deck, should be last card, yeah. Last card in the deck is Blue Marvel. Your other cards have +1 power. So Blue Marvel works, right? Because Blue Marvel puts everything at 3, and then Cerebro buffs everything beyond that, right? So Blue Marvel is a really great card to just help us take our power level even further. And I do believe that when Blue Marvel buffs everything else up to 3, when Cerebro comes into play, Cerebro also buffs Blue Marvel. So that's really, really good. I'm really confident that the order that you play the cards in really matters. And that's why Blue Marvel works, is because you can play Blue Marvel turn 5, and then you can play Cerebro and Mystique on turn 6 to get some really big power across the board. Now, the only issue that I think I really have with this deck is that your main win condition of playing like Cerebro and Mystique, if you don't draw into Cerebro, right, you're losing out on a lot of power. This is a total of 11, well, actually, it's a total of really 9 to 10 other cards that you're going to be able to buff between, like, Cerebro and Blue Marvel, right, and Mystique. And if you don't draw Cerebro, if you don't draw Blue Marvel, right, you're really just relying on, you know, all of these cards to be able to get enough power across the board. And so it definitely can be a bit of a struggle if we don't draw into Cerebro. So Cerebro 2 is probably the most played version of Cerebro, but I do think that it has some drawbacks, and it's really only got, like, the 1 win condition with Cerebro, and I guess you could consider Blue Marvel, you know, being a helpful win condition by powering everything else up. So in order to circumvent that, I've created this list myself, Cerebro 5. Now the idea is, right, we use Cerebro to buff everything by 2, but then we also want to get Silver Surfer down to buff a bunch of our 3-cost cards that already cost 2 up to 5 power. Sorry, they don't cost 2, they have 2 power. To buff them up to 5 power, to then drop Cerebro so that things like the Omega Red, things like Doctor Doom, right? And then also, because we've buffed them up with Silver Surfer, right, they're already going to be 5, right? So all of these cards that are hopefully going to be able to cost 5 or have 5 power, hopefully we'll be able to buff those up as well. So starting off, we've got Titania. When any card is played at this location, card switches sides, right? Titania, as always, you got to be kind of careful with her, but she's a 1 power 5 cost card, and if we can make sure that she is on our side of the board at the end of the game, she's going to be really strong for us. I really like Titania. If you don't have Titania, I would probably just recommend playing no 1-cost cards and playing a Lizard instead. Next up, we've got Cerebro, who we've already discussed. Mystique, already discussed her as well. Silver Surfer, on reveal, give your other 3-cost cards +3 power. This is going to allow our 3/2s to be buffed up to 5, so that hopefully we can then get our, right, Omega Red and Doctor Doom, if we've got it on the field. Hopefully we can get all of those buffed up as well. We've got Brood. Brood, on reveal, add 2 Broodlings to this location with the same power, right? We discussed him. Does get buffed by Silver Surfer. Lockjaw, 2 power, 3-cost card. Play a card here, swap it with a card in your deck. This is going to allow us to get some cards that we maybe wouldn't be able to play, right? Like, say, Doctor Doom is in the deck, but we want to get that down early. You want to get Doctor Doom down early, because what's going to happen is Doctor Doom will be down, right? You play, like, Cerebro as well. Cerebro is going to buff the Doctor Doom. Then you use the Silver Surfer to buff up all your 3-cost cards. Silver Surfer then all of those cards are going to be 5 power, and then they're also going to receive buffs from Cerebro. So that's going to be really important. If we can get Doctor Doom out with Lockjaw, that's going to be really great for us. Next up, we've got Mr. Fantastic, right? Already discussed him. Storm, already discussed her in the last deck. Omega Red, if you're ahead by 10 power here, +4 power to the other locations, there's just another card that's going to allow us to go wide, and hopefully, steal some wins if we're able to on the last turn. Maybe play a Cerebro, play a Mystique, play a Silver Surfer, right? At best case scenario, play all three. If we have the opportunity to do that, Omega Red could really pop off for us. And so I'm excited for that, right? Especially if you play him in like a Brood lane or something like that. Omega Red has the possibility to really put a lot of power on the board. Next up, we've got Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel really kind of does the exact same thing that he does in the other deck, right? You drop Blue Marvel down. Blue Marvel is going to be able to buff everything. Blue Marvel, we're not expecting to ever receive a buff from the, what's that guy's name? Cerebro. We're never expecting Blue Marvel to get buffed by Cerebro, but he does help us buff other cards. We've got Sarah, who cards in your hand cost 1 less as an ongoing ability. She's a 4-cost card, so we're expecting her to be under that 5-cost cap. She could receive a buff to be 5 from the Blue Marvel, but I think even with that, she would still never receive a Cerebro buff. But she is going to allow us to play a Cerebro, a Mystique, and a Silver Surfer on the final turn of the game, which should really help us see some really big turn 6 plays that I'm pretty excited about. Lastly, as I said, we've got Dr. Doom. Add a 5-power Doombot to each other location. This is going to allow us to get 15 power onto the board, and then plus Cerebro, that's going to bring that up to, what is that, 21? 21 total power across the board, 7 power in each lane is the idea behind it. And hopefully it works out. So those are the decks. I'm definitely excited about Cerebro 5. I put a question mark at the end of the title because I have absolutely no idea if this deck is going to work. It could be some hot garbage, but we'll see. All right. Well, Blue Marvel's out of there. So how does it work if we drop Blue Marvel? Okay, well, this is going to be exciting. I have Cerebro, Blue Marvel, and Mystique. So here's the hoping, right? No! Actual rat bastard, bro. Alright, we're going Mr. Fantastic right here. Okay, well that sucks. This dude's deck is literally the worst. Well, we can't play Brood. So I guess let's drop Cerebro right here. And we can't play Mystique either. Which also really sucks. What an awful first game to be playing this fucking guy, huh? Alright, there's Cerebro. Absolutely outstanding. Cerebro again. Okay, well this is actually good. Because we can NIGHTCRAWLER right here. And so what NIGHTCRAWLER does is we'll get 2 NIGHTCRAWLERs that we can swing into Miniaturized Lab, and then we can play Blue Marvel into Sinister London on turn 6, which is really nice. Unless, of course, they drop a... like, Professor X. Really, bud? Yeah. Adios, amigo. You goofball. Where did you think my NIGHTCRAWLER was gonna go? Absolutely nailed it. Bro, can we stop getting Miniaturized Lab? Okay, there's Domino. And a 9-power monster here. Yes, I think I would like to go Mr. Sinister. Interesting, okay. Little Polaris action. This monster really ruins all of my plans. So, do I just want to, like, storm? Okay, so here's what I can do. I can storm right here. So if they try to win that... Okay, that's fine. Didn't ask, don't care. This guy might be a Silver Surfer deck. Alright. We buff everything. They drop a Sarah. We go Blue Marvel. So we're winning that lane, that's fine. Now, do I drop Cerebro here? Because Cerebro is going to end up buffing the monster. Which isn't going to do me a whole lot of good, right? But I can do, like, 2 right there. Dropping Cerebro only gives me 2 on the monster. This only gives me 2 in that location, whereas I can drop, like, Korg and Iceman. And that might give me a little something. The only thing that, like, ruins this plan is if they go for a Shang-Chi. But they can't, because Shang-Chi is a 4 cost, so the monster is safe. Like, we might be looking okay right here. Bishop, Killmonger. They get nothing. Silver Surfer. Okay. Yeah, we should be good. Because that puts us at 15 plus 4. Yeah, we're money, dude. Nailed it. Hey, you know what? Maybe we can win without Cerebro. Alright, we're definitely going Mr. Sinister into Danger Room. We get a death. I mean, that's a cool card to get added to our hand, but I don't really think it's going to do us a whole lot. So we're playing the Mr. Sinister because just in case the base card gets destroyed, his clone will at least survive. So we know that we can at least get something in a Danger Room. And then we're going to do the same thing with Brood on turn 3, actually. And then probably just Mr. Fantastic into Brood on turn 4 as well. Or, sorry, Mr. This fucking jackal, dude. Alright. Drop a Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, Scorpion just really ruins Cerebro. Without a doubt. It does kind of help with Blue Marvel. I don't care if I get a rock. The rock's kind of whatever. I could have dropped a Storm to get rid of the Eternity Range. But I think I'll be fine. Oh, it's a Patriot, eh? Okay, they still managed to get a rock. Which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, we can storm right here. And then we'll Blue Marvel in the hub after we storm. Well, that's going to be a weak-ass lane. Gambit. Okay, destroys the storm. We're gonna Blue Marvel for sure. So here's why I want to Blue Marvel, right? So Blue Marvel's a 2 power card. But then you know what's gonna happen? Cerebro's gonna come down, and it's only gonna buff the Sinister clones. Okay, cool. We win this lane, though. So that's great news. So then I can do like a combination of like Scorpion, Nightcrawler, and Cerebro. And hopefully none of our cards get destroyed in Danger Room. Shoot. Come on, Nightcrawler. Stay alive. Okay, Nightcrawler stays alive. So we buff up big right there. I say buff up big. We go up to 17. This could be bad. Oh, he's also going to get the Gambit again, dude. Brother, man, that's rough. And he gets the Odin right there. No cards are revealed this turn. Alright, throw down a Korg on him. We'll drop a Mr. Sinister as well. Okay, the Blue Marvel already. And then you know what? We'll go Mr. Sinister right here, because why not? Actually, we had Storm and Brood in our hand. We probably should have thought about that a little more. Okay, there's a Sunspot. Oh. Alright, definitely drop a Mr. Fantastic. Definitely drop this right here. If we have to move Nightcrawler into this lane, we can. Angela and Okoye. Okay. So my issue is if I drop Brood, right? We don't get... I mean, we don't see Cerebro, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that right there. Drop a Brood here, and then a Scorpion here. And then pray that the 25% chance... Okay. Ant-Man. Well, he's not moving the Nightcrawler then. I need Cerebro so bad. Please. Dadgummit, dude. It's a freaking goose. So hopefully this is enough. I wonder if I snap, if I'll scare him. They have to play something. Oh no, not a Blue Marvel. And a rock. Oh god, dude. Yeah, see, the downfalls. You don't get Cerebro. I literally couldn't have put any more power on the board unless I had Cerebro, and like I just wasn't able to draw into it, so. Turn 6, you can move cards to this location. Seems fine to me. No! I mean, this math still works out. Oh, dude, you're kidding me. All right. So we're gonna have to storm Mindscape. Oh, they just do it for us. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, we brewed here. I really need to see Sarah. It's a Titania. Storming New York might be, or storming K'un-Lun might be a good play here. And then also dropping Titania on top of her. Oh, well, no, Titania. Bro, I hate it here. Okay, well, we see a Dr. Doom. Okay, so these go up 1, 2, 4, 8, 12. That actually wins us flooding if we just stay over here. Then if we do this and this, that's going to be 2, 4. That's not going to help us win that. So, like, maybe we go right here. If we move a Broodling over, we end up tying in flooded. Because that goes down to 4. No. 4, 8. Oh. Hold on. I think this math works in our favor. Oh, shit, dude. Okay, Spider-Woman, that's fine. We drop Cerebro. I'm sorry, why didn't my Storm and Broodling go up? Okay, yeah, no, they did. Well, 15 over -1 is better than 12 over 0. When you play a card here, return it to your hand. Interesting. We drop Titania here. Whoever's winning this location, eh? Did they try to take the Titania from me? Yes. That's fine. Okay, they can get into Luke's bar, which is cool. On-reveal effects don't happen here. Alright, so we brewed here for sure. Thank you for the Titania back. I'll take that brood. So if I get this right, we get Titania back, and that looks really good. Yellow Jacket. Captain America. Okay. Ashley. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Okay, they brood. Alright, we take our Titania back. And then this goes absolutely crazy if we draw into Cerebro. Fuck! I should have snapped earlier, but we go Mr. Fantastic. We only get the one card with Brood, but then we just Silver Surfer right over here into Luke's bar. And hopefully this gets us a win. Hopefully. Okay. Interesting play. Yeah, you should have thought about that one, brother. Victory. Cards here have -1 power. Once again, nothing we can do. Okay, they're gonna lizard that location. Totally fine. Good God almighty, bro. Alright, we're storming it. Okay, sure, thanks for that. End the turn. Curious why you're snapping. White Queen. Okay, you're gonna see a Doctor Doom, which is gonna give you absolutely no idea what I'm playing. You're gonna have approximately 0 clue what's going on here, friend. Fuck, it's a blue Marvel. Okay, so if we blue Marvel, right? Or if we Mr. Fantastic, okay? So if we Mr. Fantastic and then Cerebro, Silver Surfer, right? That's gonna give us some pretty big lanes. Fucking hate this guy. Play Cerebro. Play Silver Surfer, I guess. I should have known the Magneto was coming. I should have ran. Okay. Have fun with that. +1 energy this turn. I'll drop a Cerebro. He's Morbin. He's dropping Sunspot to send it back. Well, we'll play Mystique. Okay, they destroy the Infinite. We drop Storm for sure. Or are they gonna Jubilee down? A Ghost Rider. Alright, that's fine. We're just not gonna touch Tinker's Workshop. Alright, I'm gonna throw down Sarah right here. They're gonna drop Hulk. Unfortunately, they have priority, which like really sucks. But they only have one place that they can play a card, right? So if I drop Mr. Fantastic and then Silver Surfer, they play a card, they have to give me back Titania, right? Mr. Fantastic, Storm, they go up to 5-cost cards, which means they also get buffed up to 9 from Mystique and Cerebro. We should win Flooded. And then hopefully yeah, I'm going for it. Oh! Okay, but that moves Titania over, which is fine. Now we have Mr. Fantastic. We Silver Surfer. Buff up all of those 3-cost cards. How does that work? Hell yeah, brother. How do I have 9 here? Oh, because I'm winning Baxter Building. It works! We did it! Cerebro 5! It makes sense. Okay, guys, so as you can probably see, Cerebro is definitely really difficult to play. You get hit by a Scorpion. Any location that changes power at all, it can be a really difficult card to play, right? Cerebro is really going to test your ability to know when to snap and know when to retreat. That's for sure. But I mean, shoot, man, really outside of that, it's definitely a really interesting and unique card, and can see a lot of power get put out on the board, right? Between the two decks that I played today, I would definitely say that the Cerebro 2 is probably the safer option to play, because at least at Cerebro 2, you have all of your cards at the same power level, so even if you do get something changed, a majority of your cards are still going to be able to receive that buff. Whereas when we were playing Cerebro 5, that just felt really hard to pull off, because even though we do have that like secondary win condition with Silver Surfer, if you are really trying to win the game with Cerebro, it's gonna be hard to make that happen. We did get one Cerebro 5 with 3-cost 2-power cards happening. But that just doesn't really feel like it's a thing that you're going to be able to do on a really frequent basis. So it's probably not a deck that I'm going to recommend. This video really wasn't me trying to like showcase like, hey, this is a good deck, right? Just as a disclaimer. This was a, hey, I see this card's popular. I want to try it. What can we do with it, right? I'm definitely going to continue to experiment with Cerebro. You can do all sorts of, you know, different number of things with it. But for now, man, shoot, probably just gonna stick to Cerebro 2 while I'm learning the deck. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like. And if you want to stay up to date with me and all of my content, please consider subscribing. I was streaming live on Twitch when I recorded this gameplay, so if you want to find me there, you can catch me at twitch.tv/mynamescaleb731. I really appreciate you guys staying until the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Until the next time, I'll see you then. Peace out, my friends.